Okay, I'm live. Oh, hi guys. Good night. I know I'm here again. I know just no one's here yet, but I'm going to be doing a tubal reversal Q&A video for you guys. For those of you who are not only new on my channel, but or on our channel, but for those of you who have been asking quite a few questions about the procedure because you yourself have either done it or you're planning on doing it or you're just curious. So I'm just going live to do it because I do have quite a few videos on this platform on tubal reversal, but a lot of it is also on my kind of like mommy slash personal channel. Um, but yeah, I'm just going to answer, I think, maybe the top 5 questions for you guys that I think I frequently get asked on here. And of course, you can see by the title. I think the first one that I have there. So the first one I have is, who's my tubal reversal doctor? Because a lot of, oh, I see there are 4 of you guys. Welcome, guys. Um, I have baby girl here too, my tubal reversal baby. Of course, she had to be in the mix because I was sending her off to her dad, but you know, she wasn't about that right now. So who's my doctor? I think some of you guys who are on board, a lot of you guys are in the States, I think, and you know, in the US. I am in Canada. So I know that uh I don't know. I think that you guys keep asking me like what state I had my tubal reversal done, and I actually had it here in Canada, in Toronto, Canada. I had it in Mississauga, and my doctor's name was Dr. Solomon. Um, Upon trying to find a good doctor, I was even looking at a doctor in the US because I wanted to make sure I got, you know, like top-notch doctor for such a procedure. And you know, yeah, you just want to maximize your chances of it working. So, upon doing my research, Dr. Solomon came up, and he works through, I think it's like New Life Fertility in Toronto, and he has different branches all around, and he is like A1 in terms of tubal reversal. So I went with him. Um, I see someone else is here. Welcome. And he did an amazing job. I was explaining in another video that I did that a lot of people were saying his bedside manners isn't so grand, and I'm just putting out there, I hate saying, I hate like continuing, you know, following, I don't know how to put it. Like someone makes like a negative statement, and then I myself, I'm kind of putting it out there, and I'm not supporting it by any means. But I always feel guilt in even just saying it out. But people said that they said that his bedside manners isn't that grand, and mind you, I did rate it. I rate him on ratemydoctor.com before I even went to see, and you know, just what people had to say about him, and that's what I learned. But honestly, after meeting him, I thought he was a great doctor. Like you can tell that he was just confident. He knows his stuff, and I think people get intimidated by that. And he even pointed out too, like it's also a little bit different when you start reaching like the age range where he would think that the surgery isn't, it shouldn't even be a thing. Like once you start crossing over in the 40s, passing like and up, and some of those women have a hard time hearing him say maybe no, like we can't do the surgery, and I think he approaches it in a different way because it's like he knows what's what, and he's trying to tell them how, you know, it is, and they may not want to hear it. They may have a hard time understanding it, or so I think people aren't so receptive to that, and they also use that to say he's not the best doctor. But honestly, my opinions, um, yeah, overall, I thought he was great. I thought he knew his stuff, and he had me do like the series of tests where you go, you know, you do the whole works. He tested myself, he tested hubby, and to see if our things are all working. And then he followed up with the cycle test for myself. I had to do it a whole month's worth of cycle tests, which meant I did a follow-up test every week to see that, to check and see the follicles and the, you know, where they were and if they were growing. So that's who I had my surgery with, Dr. Solomon, and honestly, I have good things to say about him. My surgery was a success, so I can't say anything bad. In fact, he's not just like a tubal reversal doctor. He's like a whole fertility doctor, which is what I also liked, is that he covers like a whole area, but he definitely specializes in tubal reversal and has been doing it for years, even before tubal reversal became like a big thing as it is now. Gonna move on to question 2. So sorry if you guys see me looking down, because I wrote down a few questions to make sure I don't miss it, because I know on these lives sometimes the brain can wander and your girl could, you know, just slip up, but not today. So we're gonna go on to the next question. I think is how long before becoming pregnant? So how long did it take me to conceive? Now I have explained this as well before. So it's kind of funny because when I say it took me, like I got pregnant right away, and that's the honest truth. So after having my surgery, I had my surgery last December, I believe like the 11th, and I was to basically rest for 2 months. You don't, you know, you're not trying to get pregnant or anything, so you rest for 2 months before you can actively try. And I actually had to go for a few tests in between there. I think I had to do the HSG test once, like after a whole month of recovery. I think I went in for the HSG test at week 4. Don't quote me on that. If you guys want precise information on that, I can go back and check my records. But I know that I did the HSG test before I started trying. Now after the 2-month mark, that's when we tried, and that first month of trial, I did become pregnant. Unfortunately, it did end in a chemical pregnancy, and right, but you know, then the next month, I was still back at TTCing because that was clearly short-lived, and I was pregnant immediately. So it worked really quickly. I don't have anything bad to say about it. And I have to also state that I only have one tube repaired. Oh my, is it frozen? I think we're frozen, people. Oh, why does this always happen?